Hello everyone and welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. This is Colin and today we're going to start episode 2 of Heroes of Terrinoth. Now normally I like to try and wait and do my second recording until I get feedback from the first one, but just having to do with timing for myself, I had time right now and I needed to keep recording. So what I'm going to do is if there's anything wrong in the prior video, I'm going to put subtitles out right now. You should be seeing them right now as long as you have the Klingon subtitles on, telling you of all the things I did wrong in the last playthrough. Hopefully that's nothing. So if you see nothing, that's a good sign. I also did neglect to show you guys one thing right at the end of the last playthrough, and that is having to do with this rat swarm. So remember the rat swarm was out and engaged with us when we were still in the dark woods, but then we actually moved locations. You can see the rat swarm moved with us. So any enemies that are engaged with you will follow you to the next location. Any enemies that are out here in the shadows will actually be discarded. They stayed in that location where you were before. They didn't follow you because they weren't engaged with you. The only exception to that is the Nemesis himself. The Nemesis will never not travel to the next location. The other item I didn't talk about is how we actually win this quest. I need to show you that's on the quest sheet itself. Our victory here is at the end of the round, if the final location is fully explored and Spilg is defeated, you win. We will be defeated if all the heroes are defeated when we lose. Starting with this round, I'm going to have to think a little long term here. I've got 3 enemies already engaged with Sindrael, and we also have 4 enemies in the shadows. So I don't know if we're going to be able to take care of all of these enemies right away. What I am going to do is I think I'm going to do our protect action here. So this says we may become engaged with 1 enemy. Well, we can't. We can never have more than 3 enemies engaged with us anyways. We're going to do our aid action, and then target hero can ready 1 activation card. And we're going to let them activate their Nature's Fury card. We'll go ahead and roll 2 white dice, and we have 3 black dice here. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's not terrible. We, first of all, have 1 guaranteed success. So put that here. And let's re-roll that first before we roll anything else. And let's see, what do we get? Another success. Great. Then we can re-roll 1 die, and I'm going to re-roll this one. I don't want to activate Splig's ability. So, dang. We're going to get attacked by 2 enemies. But we do have a total of 2 shields, and we have 2 successes. That means that we can at least give 1 success token to Averick. Unfortunately, he can only hold a total of 5, so that's his 5th success token. Of the 3 enemies engaged with us, we have 1 enemy that attacks for 2 and 1 enemy that attacks for 1. So that's 3 points of damage, but we have 2 shields, so we actually only take 1 point of damage. So Sindrael only has 3 points of damage on her. Moving to Averick's turn, we're going to do Nature's Fury. Yeah, we're going to spend 2 of our 5 success tokens as well. So we're already having 2 automatic successes. We can become engaged with 1 enemy, so we're going to engage this Goblin Witcher. We're hoping that we can take him out. We need a total of 5 damage to take him out, 4 health and 1 armor. So that is the enemy that we're targeting. We cannot hit the Goblin Archer even if we have extra successes. We can, though, exhaust 1 minion engaged with us. So we're going to go ahead and exhaust this Goblin Archer. That means that this Goblin Archer, A, will not get to roll black dice after this activation, because remember, that happens after this activation. Oh, wait. That actually happens before we do the attack. So the Goblin Archer will actually exhaust first, and then we'll attack, and we'll only have to roll 1 black die. Wow, that is super nice. And then we'll claim 1 of our success tokens. Great. So we really only lost 1 success token. We have 3 white dice and 1 black die for that Goblin Witcher. Let's see. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's not going to be enough to take him out. We can convert 1 of these to a 1 successor. Well, let's see right here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. A total of 4, but this Goblin Witcher has 1 armor. So that only does 3 points of damage. That really is a big bummer. I mean, it is what it is. We'll have to deal with it. But man, that stunk. Finally, we'll claim 1 success token. For Sindrael's second activation, we're going to go ahead and do our rest action. So we can ready all of our other actions at the end of this. That's what we needed to do. You may exhaust 1 minion that's engaged with you. Well, we're going to exhaust this Goblin Archer. So the Goblin Archer is now exhausted. Great. We'll rest. We'll roll 2 white dice. When resolving this, we get +1 shield. If all of your other activation cards are exhausted, which they were, we'll get to claim 2 success tokens. Sweet! So we can use those for the next round when we want to do Skullcracker. That's the whole reason we wanted to do that. We have 2 white dice compared to 1 black die, and we do have 1 automatic shield. Let's see. Well, we really didn't want to heal at all, you guys. Oh, we get to reroll at least. The Rat Swarm only can attack us for 1 point of damage, and that's going to be blocked by the shield. So that's great. And we'll roll this one. Come on. Let us heal something. Ah, yes. We'll heal for 2. Great. For Avric, the only action he can do is the rest action as well. Now, we can exhaust 1 minion engaged with us. We only have 1 minion. That Goblin Witcher is a master, so we cannot exhaust him. Bummer. We'll do our rest. That's only 1 white die. When we're resolving this, we get our +1 shield. If all of your other action cards are exhausted, choose one other hero. That hero recovers 1 health. So Sindrael just healed her 1 final point of damage, but don't worry, she'll be taking a bunch at the end of this round when we activate enemies. Then, of course, we'll refresh all of our actions. The only good thing is, next round now, we're going to be ready for anything. We'll be rolling 1 white and 1 black die. Let's see. 2 successes, so that means we'd heal by 2, but we also take 2 points of damage because of the Goblin Witcher. Oh wait, we have a shield. Great, we actually get a shield because we're doing our rest action. So we heal by 2, we only have 1 point of damage, and then we get attacked by 2 when we block it, so actually it doesn't even do anything. We will still have 1 total point of damage on Avric. Okay, you guys, are you ready for some pain? Because here it comes. We're going to go to the enemy activation. We'll start with this Rat Swarm, since it's engaged with Sindrael. All it does is swarm. This enemy becomes engaged with the enemy with the most engaged enemies. Well, we've got 2 here and 2 with Avric, so it'll stay here. That's all that one does. On this side, the Goblin Witcher has its Hex ability that we do first. If this enemy is engaged with you, become weakened. Yeah, I was really hoping that Avric could have taken him out. Can't believe he missed. This says then, at the start of your activation, if all of your activation cards are readied, discard this card. Oh, that is sweet. We do have them already. At the end of your activation, either exhaust 1 action or you suffer 1 health. Well, you know what? That actually came at the perfect time. Thanks for weakening us when all of our activation cards are ready. Then it's going to retreat. So we're going to put it into the shadows, but it'll still inflict 2 points of damage. So that means Avric now has a total of 3 damage on him. We'll make sure to exhaust the Goblin Witcher, and then we'll move him to the shadows. Moving back to Sindrael, Sindrael's going to activate Splig, since we don't have any more enemies active that are engaged with her. So what Splig will do is advance, then inflict, so does 2 straight points of damage to Sindrael. Sindrael can take that. That's her first 2 points of damage. Then it's actually going to retreat back into the shadows. So it comes in, attacks, comes back out. Okay, we're good there. Avric now will have to activate one of these. Let's activate an Ogre. Oh, this has Bash. If this enemy is engaged with you, suffer 1 health for each of your exhausted activation cards. Oh, thank goodness it's not engaged. And then it just advances, so it actually doesn't even attack. It's going to advance and engage Avric. Next, let's do this one for Sindrael. We have a Bandit. Okay, so the Bandit first will advance, then it will backstab. If this enemy is engaged with you and you have at least 1 other enemy engaged with you, suffer 1 health. So yes, it is definitely going to do that. It is going to become engaged with Sindrael. Sindrael will take a point of damage, and then it will inflict, and so that means it'll also do another point of damage. So yeah, she has a total of 5 damage, and now that Bandit is engaged with her. Finally, the final enemy that's in the staging area that's not exhausted and will be activated by Avric is another Bandit. So it's going to do the same thing. It'll advance. It's going to cause Avric to take 1 point of damage. Then it's going to inflict, and then it'll inflict another point of damage. So, ow. Okay, well, this is wonderful. But actually, it wasn't as bad as what I was thinking. And we only have 2 enemies here in the staging. I've played Lord of the Rings too much. In the shadows. We'll move to the Peril Phase. That'll just move our time tracker up by 1. And nothing else happens until we get to here. Bad things happen when we get to there. And when we're there, and if we haven't completed the quest, that activation will happen every round. Gross! Finally, we'll move to the travel phase. At the start of the travel phase, the party leader chooses one hero. That hero may ready one activation card and roll one enemy die. Well, all of my activation cards are ready, so it doesn't matter what hero it is, they're not going to do that, and we're not going to worry about spawning another enemy. So that'll end the travel phase, and that'll end this round. Let's see if we can wreak some havoc now with some attacking. Starting that next round, Cinderella's kind of pissed. She's got 4 points of damage. Let's do some skull cracking. This is why I like the Skullcracker card so much. Read this. So yeah, you can become engaged with up to 2 enemies. I already have 3 on me. Attack. Before resolving this action, you may target up to 3 enemies. I've got 3 enemies on me, so I'm going to target all 3 of them. And we can always suffer 1 health to roll another die. We're for sure going to use 2 of our success tokens that we have. We have 1 left. Okay, here it is. Okay, look at this. 1, 2, and we get another success there, a bursting success. So let me move all these other dice that we can't reroll yet. Awesome, and then we'll reroll this one. Oh, yeah, I think at this point we've probably defeated all 3 enemies, but let's see if that's the case. Oh, and it's a shield! That is awesome. And don't forget, we have 1 skull that we rolled, and we can re-roll 1 die. So let's give that a roll. I don't want to deal with that. Okay, there we go. This is why you don't mess with Cinderella. Look at this. So we needed 1 point of damage here to defeat the rat swarm. Done. We needed 2 to take out the goblin archer. Done. And we needed 3 for this bandit. 1, 2, 3. Done. All 3 enemies killed. Now, 2 of them do attacks, counterattacks. They each only attack for 1. I got a shield here and a shield here. Doesn't even hit us. And all 3 enemies are toast. After what Cinderella just did, what would you do as Averick? I don't know. It just cleared 3 enemies, 1 fell swoop. Awesome. So I definitely think we're going to do Nature's Fury with Averick. We cannot engage another enemy, unfortunately. I wish we could. We may exhaust 1 minion that is engaged with us, though. So let's go ahead and exhaust... let's exhaust the bandit, because I don't really like this bandit. So the bandit's going to be exhausted. I'm not exhausting the ogre because I'm hoping I can take the ogre out. And then that way, if you exhaust someone and then take them out, it's kind of useless exhausting them, right? Also, we do get to discard Weakened, because it says here, at the start of your activation, if all of your activation cards are ready, discard this. Sweet. We also will be able to claim 1 of these success tokens. So we still have 3 of those, you guys. Love it. We get to roll 3 dice. 1 enemy is exhausted that's engaged with us, so we'll just roll 2 black dice. Let's see what we get. Okay, we have 1, 2, and we can convert this into a 3rd success. Let's see, do we need it? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we don't even need it, so I'm actually going to use it as its shield. With our dice here, we have 1, 2, 3 total successes, plus we had another success, but that's all we need to defeat the ogre. 1 armor, 2 health. But he's not going to go without a fight. He's going to attack us for 2. We have 1 armor, so we're going to take 1 point of damage. That puts us having 6 total points of damage. Ow. And we rolled the Splig activation. So Splig down here will activate his skull ability. Either discard 1 success or discard 1 progress. Well, we don't have any progress, so we're going to have to discard 1 of our success tokens. We're then going to have Cinderella activate her healing potion. It states that you may discard this card before or after a hero's activation, and that hero recovers 4 health. Whew, yeah. Let's not have Averick die. What do you say? For Cinderella's 2nd activation, let's go ahead and do it in advance. I almost wish we'd upgraded this, but that's okay. I think we're all right. We'll explore with 2 white dice. We draw and resolve 1 exploration card, and then at the end, we'll claim 1 of these success tokens. Currently, we have nobody engaged with Cinderella, so it's just going to be the white dice. Looking for lots of successes here. Lots of successes. Okay, that's 2. Let's take the chance. We can re-roll 1. Come on, come on. I want a bursting success. No. All right. Well, that's at least 2 progress on the location. And you know what, you guys? I have had Cinderella as focused You know, in Warhammer, it said on your next activation, and so then if you didn't use it on that next activation, it was lost. This one, it just says when resolving your action, you may discard this card to reroll up to 2 dice. I'm still thinking that I should have used that in the next activation after I became focused, so I think I'm just going to discard this, but that is something, if I get clarification, I'll put it in the subtitles, okay? So make sure to have those Klingon subtitles on. 2 progress is better than nothing, so we'll place the 2 here, and then we'll go ahead and draw 1 card from the exploration deck, and we have a firebomb. You may discard this card after a hero's activation. If you do, each enemy in the shadows suffers 1 damage. You guys, this could be used to kill the Goblin Witcher in the shadows. That's awesome. For Avric's second activation, we're going to do Field Medicine. We're going to give some success tokens to Sindrail. We'll also allow Sindrail to ready Skullcracker again, and you'll see why I'm doing that in the next round. And then that hero can also heal 2 points of damage. So we went from 4 damage down to 2 damage. We only have 2 enemies engaged with us, and this bandit is exhausted, so we'll only roll 1 black die. 2 white, 1 black. Let's see what we get. Okay, we got a shield. We can convert that to a success thanks to Avric's ability. That gives 2 more success tokens to Sindrail, which is great. And that Goblin Archer doesn't even attack. Now what we're going to do is we are going to have Sindrail play the Firebomb. You may discard this card after a hero's activation. If you do, each enemy in the shadows suffers 1 damage. Whenever you have a card that says suffers 1 damage, that goes through any sort of resistance or armor. So, Goblin Witcher is gone. 3 damage, added 1 is 4, and Splig now has 1 point of damage. We will now move to the enemy phase, and Splig is going to attack back. Sindrail threw that firebomb, he's not so happy. He's going to advance, he's then going to inflict 2 points of damage on Sindrail, and then jump back into the shadows. The only other enemy not exhausted is this Goblin Archer. The aimed shot only works if that enemy is in the shadows, so it's not going to happen. Then we have Retreat, and it will inflict 1 point of damage on Avric, so Avric has his 3rd point of damage, but then we'll move him to the shadows. Moving to the Peril Phase, this isn't good. Splig crackles as more of his minions join the fray.
Now you'll see why you don't mess with the king of all goblins.
Spawn 2 enemies in the shadows. Then if Splig is in the Nemesis lair, spawn him engaged with the first or the party leader. Well, he's already out. We'll just put 2 enemies face down in the shadows. And as you've seen, the enemies in the shadows are going to start getting harder because these are the harder enemies like the ogres and the bandits. And I think spiders too. Finally, we have the travel phase. And you guys, I think I'm going to take the chance because it says at the start of the travel phase, the party leader chooses 1 hero. We're going to choose Avric. That Avric can ready 1 activation card. We're going to have him ready Field Medicine because this is going to allow Sindrail to be able to do Skullcracker 2 times in a row next round, and we're going to have him engage Splig and just hammer on him. So hoping that we can maybe even damage him enough to take him out. And then all we got to do is explore this location. But now we have to roll a die, and if we roll this counterattack symbol, we spawn an enemy face down in the shadows. It's a bit of a risk, but I still think it's worth it. Oh, sweet, we rolled the Nemesis icon. That doesn't do anything. Great. I've told you my plan, I believe, so let's go ahead and activate it. We're going to use Skullcracker here. We can become engaged with up to 2 enemies. We're going to grab Splig and the Goblin Archers that are in the shadows. We'll then attack, and we get to roll 3 white dice. We're definitely using 2 of our success tokens. Let's see. You guys, 1, 2, 3, and all of those get to be rolled again. Wow, I don't even know if I'm gonna have enough success tokens here. 1, 2, and 3. Oh yeah, I still have enough, just barely. Both enemies are attacking, but I don't even care. I get to roll all 3 of these a second time. Let's see. Oh my gosh, and another one. Okay, so we'll put this here. These 2 will go off, and that's 2 shield. That totally blocks Splig's attack. Yeah, Sindrail is a beast. Let's see. Okay, only 1 more success. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes and 2 shields, but both enemies are going to attack us. Let's first resolve the enemy attacks. So we're going to take a total of 3 points of damage. We have 2 shields. We get hit for a whopping 1 point of damage. We, on the other hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage to Splig. Minus 2 means we just did 5 points of damage to Splig. So Splig only has 4 health left. And we're going to use the other 2 to take out the Goblin Archers. Now, normally I don't suggest you do that when you're going against the Nemesis, but I know I'm going to do Skullcracker again, and this way I'll only have to roll 1 black die. And I do feel like I should be able to get enough success tokens. Well, if I roll like that, hopefully I'll get enough success tokens to take Splig out. We'll then go ahead and activate Field Medicine, just like we're thinking. We'll allow Cinderella to ready Skullcracker, and the target hero will heal 2 points of damage. Awesome! And now we'll roll 2 dice, and we will have to roll 1 black die for the bandit. We'll give him a quick roll. Let's see, we've got 1 success. We'll use, oh yeah, okay, we can turn this into just a success thanks to our ability, wherever it is. Oh, come on, okay. So we've got 2 successes. That will give us 2 success tokens over to Cinderella, and then we will take 1 point of damage because of the bandit. We've got 1 shield, so we block it. Skullcracker worked so well last time, let's do it again. Now we can engage another enemy. I'm going to grab one from the shadows. So this one's face down. Let's see what it is. We have a spider, a master spider too, and it can poison. Ugh. Well, hopefully we can take it out. We'll roll 3 white dice to the 2 black. We are going to spend 2 success tokens here. We don't want to play around. Let's see what we get. Okay, so only one of these is a burst. Man, that was nothing compared to last time, but I'll still take it. We'll move these ones off. We'll move these ones off. And we get to reroll this one. And we get 2 more successes. Now, last time I 100% forgot I could do a reroll. So I think I am going to reroll one of the single successes. Come on, be something better. That's a shield. That's terrible. So then I think instead I am going to use my ability on my Skullcracker, take 1 point of damage so I can reroll this one. Come on, come on. Be something good. A burst! There we go. So that'll give us another success. And we'll roll again. And that's another success and a shield. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that Cinderella is my favorite character so far. I've only played this game, 3 times? Still. Holy crap. Look at this. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes here. Minus 2 is 4. 4 points of damage. That takes out Splig. And I've got to look at the rules. I think he goes back to the Nemesis lair. He doesn't totally get defeated and put in the discard pile. I'll have to check that. But he has enough damage to take him out. We have 2 points of damage here. That'll take out the cave spider. We are going to get hit for 2 points of damage, though. And we have 1 shield. So that hits us for 1 point of damage. I don't see anything specific about the Nemesis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it to make it a little bit more hard. I am going to put him back in the Nemesis layer just in case. He might just get discarded, and that makes the skull negative. It doesn't do anything. But we're going to play. We'll put him in the Nemesis layer. If I roll a skull, we'll have to activate it. But otherwise, he's out of the game. For Averick's final activation, let's go ahead and do one with nature. We're going to spend the 2 success tokens that we have as well. We need to push through that location. That is now the only thing that's barring our way from winning this game. So we'll roll 3 dice. We get to draw and resolve 1 exploration card, and we're going to choose Cinderella to become focused. We need a total of 4 successes on 3 dice to be able to complete the game right here. We've got 2 progress on the location already. We are using 2 success tokens, so we just need 4 successes. Come on, come on. I feel it. I feel it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. We do take 1 measly point of damage, but who cares? We just completed the game. 4 successful dice rolls and 2 success tokens puts us at 5, 6, 7, 8. We have a total of 8 progress here. Technically, we're not done until the end of the round, so let's quickly get there. We have 1 enemy in the shadows. Cinderella has nobody engaged with him, so he'll go ahead and activate him. We have an Ogre Master. Oh, good thing I never saw him. He is a bash. If this enemy's engaged with you, it's not, then it simply advances. The bandit over here will advance. Well, it's already advanced It will backstab. If this enemy is engaged with you and you have at least one other enemy engaged, you don't. So we don't actually have to worry about the additional wound. And then it'll just do 1 straight point of damage to Avric. Great. We then would move to the Peril Phase, and all we would do is reactivate this. I'm not going to worry about drawing more cards, enemies in the shadows. They'd be face down anyways. Now, this, if Splig is in the Nemesis lair, so maybe he shouldn't go back to the Nemesis lair because we did defeat him. So I just am going to assume we don't have to bring Splig out, otherwise that'd be impossible to win. Finally, during the travel phase, we have sufficient progress on the location, and Splig has been defeated, so we won the game. Another goblin falls before you as the rest break and flee.
This place isn't worth raiding anyways.
Splig announces as he turns his tail.
Back to the mine, boys.
You think better of pursuing at this hour. Much worse things come out at night than goblins. For now, you feel content that a reward should be awaiting you back in Gold Hall. So there you have it. That was Heroes of Terrinoth. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If I made any errors, please let me know, and I do apologize. I'll make sure to get those subtitles updated right away so everyone knows. I am curious if you guys, A, liked it. I honestly enjoyed this more than Warhammer. I did feel more powerful, though, and I think that just has to do with the fact that everybody's refresh action is a rest action. I don't know if you remember with Warhammer, you had one of those characters which I really liked, the Wayward one. I can't remember if that was her name. Anyway, she was the one that, the Way Watcher, that was her name. She was one of my favorite characters, but her refresh action was an attack action. So for her attack, she rolled 1 die. Everyone is rolling 2 dice for their attack action, or even their explore action. They're starting with 2 dice. That I think really helps make a difference in the game. It helps you progress a little bit more and feel a little bit more powerful. Now you can decide if that's a good or a bad thing. Now what I did just show you was the first scenario. Very simple, straightforward. I'm curious if you guys want to see one more. Let me know in the comments. I can certainly do one more. I'm not going to do all of them. I'm already doing a saga campaign with Lord of the Rings. I'm not going to do another full playthrough of everything. But if you'd like to see one other one, let me know, and let me know which one. Thank you all so much for watching. I will catch you at the next stop.